BROverload 3, bitch. MVP, MVP. Alright, first I'd like to preface this by saying this vlog is really late because this stuff took place in late May, early June. I'm a terrible person. But the reason I'm doing this is because there's news at the end if you want to stick around for that. Or just jump to the end, doesn't really matter. As always, the stuff is over there and I'll be reading it. The first day was May 26th. We played sock hockey, which there's a video somewhere on my channel, but for some reason it's not on the page. I might have made it unlisted, but yeah, I'll put an annotation somewhere on the screen so you can see that. Really hurt. Knees were not, it was a very small area on a hardwood floor. There's like 4 or 5 of us, and we were, I think it was a puck, but we were like shooting around one of those foam pucks and slipping and sliding, and it was terrible. We call it sock hockey, so it's the sock hockey league. Currently is also locked out. Then the next day we had game 1 of our series, and unfortunately we lost that one. As always, I'm the goalie. It was 88 degrees. I lost a lot of water weight. I think it was like 7 or 8 pounds. Like, I came out of it like, what the fuck happened in this game? It didn't feel that hot, but clearly it was. Then 2 days later we had game 2. We had that one be canceled because weather was raining. Because one day it's super hot and 2 days later it's pouring raining and the game was canceled. That's Virginia weather for you. But the next day, after that day, we had a game 2 and went to double OT. And yeah, David, of course, kicked out the winner in OT, double OT, on his birthday. So, always doing things in style, David is. Then we went back to his house, we watched The Goods, and he had strawberry cake, and I was looking, I was like, damn, that cake looks good, I hope we're getting some. And then we got some, and I was eating pizza at the time, because that's what we do, and I put it in the microwave and totally forgot about it, left and never got to eat it. So everyone had delicious cake, and I was really craving it and just never got to get any. Then June 1st, of course, the Norfolk Admirals, they went to the Calder Cup Finals, and they won game 1 very decisively. We went to it, the first Calder Cup final game in the history of the team, and they won. That was fun times. Then on the 4th of June, we had a chill sesh at Jared's, me, Jared, and David. We had fun. It was interesting. We'll probably discuss this later, which also goes back to what I'm going to tell you at the end of this video. But I want to keep this one short because this is ridiculous that it's taking me so long to get this up. We got wasted, let's just say that. Well, I wouldn't say wasted, but we were leaning a little. The next day we made breakfast. It was like bacon, eggs, potatoes, not biscuits, I think it was just toast. Orange juice, of course. Probably forgetting something, but it was delicious. We made a lot of it, and it was delicious. Yeah, it was very delicious. We all cooked it, and it was good times. Then a few days later, we had like a break in between all that. Yeah, that did happen. Yeah, then a few days later, the Norfolk Admirals won the Calder Cup. Completely sweep the Toronto Marlies. It was a good time. On top of that thing, going back the day before, the breakfast thing, that morning we practiced, and I'm pretty sure that's the practice that's on the channel. So that was the next day after the getting a little leany. Then on the 13th we went to the victory parade. Me and a couple of guys had some Pizza Hut. We went to the Pizza Hut that's nearest, and we went to Cold Stone. That's the video that starts off with us chanting Dragon Bitch. So that video is also on there. Then on the 14th, there was game 3 and 4 of our series, and it was a doubleheader because the other team dicked. That's why there was such a huge jump in days between us doing things, because the other team was dicking. We couldn't play a game. But we had the doubleheader then. We won both games, ended the series, won it, got my first shutout. I actually almost got my shutout in game 3, but I let out a terrible, I don't even know how that, it's not for it. Didn't get the shutout then, but I did get the shutout to clinch the series, and I was the series MVP. Thank you guys, they voted me the MVP, and that was always good times. Then 2 days later we played baseball, then we said our final goodbyes, dicked a little, and then Jared left. And now for the news, because Jared's coming back in a couple days. And we're gonna do this again. And this kind of vlog isn't gonna happen for BROverload 4 because I'm just gonna bring the camera and record everything as it happens, because that just seems to be the easier thing to do. But yeah, that's BROverload 3, or Pi as we call it, because it went on for forever. I will see you there. Okay, bye.